Greetings. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to One Love Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Rodney Gittins here with a partner in love and peace and joy and prosperity, health, wealth, all of the good that we can imagine and more. Yours and mine, Ellen Swazo, practitioner and also holistic entrepreneur. Ooh, powerful, powerful. So we are starting off today as with our new song. I'm still claiming it as new because I just love it. And hopefully you love it too. And it's called One Love and our own song. So we're going to start off with that, come back and whew, get ready for a powerful session to end the month. Here we go. Oh, oh,
oh, oh, yeah. There's a place where love grows, where the spirit in you knows that you're welcome as you are, shining bright like every star. Come and learn, come and play in the sacred light of day. We're unfolding, growing free in the One Love family. One love, one life, one spirit divine, one heart, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah. One love, one life, one life, one life, one spirit divine, yeah. One heart, one light, one life, one life, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the sacred space, where we honor every face, the splendor of the God in you, shining through in all you do. Learning, growing, hand in hand, together we will understand. Prosperous, giving, heart set free. One love is our destiny. One love, one light, one spirit divine, one heart, one light, your journey and mine, where compassion flows and grace abounds. One love, where love grows, love is found. One love, where love grows all around. Welcome home to one love, to one love. Welcome home to one love, where love grows, yeah. To one love.
Well, we're here, believe it or not. We're here somewhere. Here we are. We come out of the nothingness into your space, into your home, into your heart, into your love. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I love it. So at this point, I'm going to welcome you officially, and Ellen will join us in just a moment. Okay, and yes, so it's a great opportunity because we love you, and we want to make sure not only that you know it, that you feel it. And so we are on a mission. Our mission is to provide a stable and welcoming community for all who choose to learn, practice, grow, and play in their unfolding of their understanding of spiritual principles and spiritual living. That's what it's about, allowing it to unfold. We're not forcing anything. We're not force feeding information. We're on a mission which invites each one to embrace spiritual principles. And we envision a world as a sacred environment where spiritual living flourishes through the continual growth and development of learning. And I would say the learning and education, the application of spiritual principles. And really, I'd like to change that to education, because it really is about learning from the inside out. And One Love Center, we practice compassion and service, love and action, and prosperous joy is given in our community. And speaking of our community, it is lovingly, I wish so many of you were with us as we co-created One Love and as we continue to do so. And it is created as a place of fellowship, of meditation, prayer, sacred and healing service, musical celebration, classes, workshops, and spiritual film. So we say, welcome. We recognize the splendor of the infinite divine spirit that is you. And please know that we support you in being the best you can be in this glorious life. And we thank you for celebrating spirit with us today. Welcome to One Love Center. Welcome to a place where love grows. We are One Love Center for Spiritual Living. So glad to have you here. Yes. And at this point, one of the things we mention that we do is prayer. And it is our good pleasure always to do prayer. And we love doing spiritual mind treatment. We are treating our minds with truth, knowing the very essence of truth about whatever it is we're up to. And right now we're getting prayed in, prayed up, prayed over, prayed about by Ellen Swazo, our resident practitioner, at least one of them. Here we go. All right.
So let's come into that space, center ourselves, and we're about to do an evocation. An evocation is to invoke the being, the love, the God, universe, energy, whatever you want to call it. It's always there, but it is for you and me to become aware of it. Just like the breath that breathes us. You know, we don't even think about breathing, yet it always breathing us. So just as the breath, God is always in us. And so just like we don't think about the breathing process, we don't think about God all the time. So right now, we aligning ourselves with that divine beingness that is us, that is me, that is you. And in this space, as we start this celebration, the Sunday celebration, we give thanks for this time together. We give thanks for the love, for the health, for the unity that brings us together, for the willingness, for the inspiration that inspire us to be here, whether you are here right now in this live broadcasting or you watching it later. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you feel inspired, called to be here, to feed your soul, to remind yourself of the greatness that you are, that I am. And whenever I say I am speaking about you as well. And so what I know is that there's only one God, one mind. And what I know is that that power is here within, with us, with each one of us, as we celebrate this Sunday, as we continue to go into the theme of the month, as we continue to explore, as we continue to evolve, as we continue to remember who and whose we are. I am knowing that technology is working perfectly. Everything is flowing with ease and grace. I am knowing that Reverend Rodney and I are being channels of love, allowing ourselves to just speak the truth that comes in us, as us, through us. And I am just saying yes to this service. And I am saying yes, that your souls are being fed with what you are requiring for today and the rest of the week. And so it is, and now it is. Ashe, amen.
And so it is, and now it is. Thank you so much, Ellen. We are officially prayed in and prayed up. Thank you, Ellen. So, what you've experienced and what we do on a regular basis, those of you who have been with us know that we are prayer professionals, whether we are practitioners or ministers. We are, first and foremost, prayer practitioners, and we are always willing, able to remind you that spirit is the power, charged and always it is ready for your immediate use. And we are here to remind you of that. So use us. You can call us at 424-235-4326, or you can email us at onelovecenter.org. And I gave the wrong number. Our number, okay, to reach us at One Love Center is, it's coming up, 646-685-3344. If you want to use our Centers for Spiritual Living World Ministry of Prayer, you can contact them at oneprayer@csl.org, or you can call them at 424-235-4326. And as with us, as with Centers for Spiritual Living, all calls or contact is kept in the strictest of confidence. So you can feel rest assured that whoever gets that message will do the right thing and know the truth about whatever situation that you're going through. Also, with the prayer request, we have a request. Our request is that you let us know when your prayer is answered. When you know, it could be a day or less than a day, or maybe it takes all week, because we do the prayer for 7 days. And at the end of those 7 days, let us know if your prayer has been answered. If not, we'll continue to know the truth about that situation. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. And that's what we love to do. So share the opportunity for us to know the truth and help create, unfold that better life that you know is yours right here and right now. So how wonderful it is to bring that up. I'm going to now take that away. And you can always find us online, onelovecenter.org. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to bring in Ellen Swazo. Okay. There we are. And so we're talking about this month, ancestral wisdom, new thought. And it's interesting. Let me see if I can make this a little different size. No, I was going the other way with that. But anyway. Oh, where are you?
I see you.
I don't see you. Okay, there you go. All right, we'll go with this. So, yes, the whole month we're talking about ancestral wisdom, new thought. And today, the end of the month, we're talking about infinite possibilities and sacred kinship. And it's so interesting how that comes up now, or how things that are coming up in the world coincide with what we're talking about. Now, ancestral wisdom, new thought, I just want to bring that up very quickly. It's all one and the same. There is that which has always been, that our ancestors have known and have practiced and have done, and we are proof of it because we're still here, you know? And so new thought is a new way of looking at it. It's the same information. So, you know, a lot of people hear new thought and don't even realize what it is. It is ancestral wisdom in modern time. So is there anything that you want to mention about that before we go further?
I think that you explained it pretty well.
Well, thank you. And that's not even why we love you, but I appreciate it. Thank you. And infinite possibilities, especially when we're focusing on our sacred kinship, when we're recognizing that we are all one. And let me bring that up again. Okay. Our sacred kinship. I would like to think the word kinship makes it sacred already. The fact that we know we are one, that we are all related. And because of that, there are infinite possibilities far beyond that which we can think of on our own. And I think that's the important thing, especially right now. The flavor of the time, there's a lot of bitterness, flavor a lot of sourness that gets the attention. It's not all that there is, especially if people turn on the TV and all they're getting is the so-called news, which is usually old, and it's not the full spectrum of who we are, of the true sacred kinship. So that's going to filter into our conversation today, I'm sure. There have been hurt and harm being done, perpetrated, that we know. That's what our prayer is about. That's what ancestral wisdom and new thought is about. It's all holy books, whether it's the Quran or the Torah or the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita, any of these really are talking about peace. In the bottom line is peace and love, and how to live a joyful life. Not necessarily in a dogmatic way, like you have to pray like this way, you have to. No, we're not talking. We're talking about the bottom line. That's really what it's all about. So we're going to go into our first quote for discussion, and I'll read it if you like.
I can read it.
Okay, great.
So it says, to love God and to love our neighbors as ourselves means to see God in everything and to include everyone in one divine unity. And that is from Holmes, Ernest Holmes. And it says, the book that they bought it for, the article is Words That Heal Today. God Meet, 1938, page 40. And the reflection that we have here is who or what in your life challenges you, challenge your ability to see the divine presence, and what spiritual practice might help you recognize the oneness, that oneness. I feel like I have to read it again. So let's go again. Who or what in your life challenges your ability to see the divine presence? And what spiritual practice might help you recognize that oneness?
All right. Are you ready to comment on that? Or would you like me to start?
You can go ahead and start. I have to sink it in.
It's so interesting. This is for everybody. When I first came into this teaching, everything I was reading affected me on a personal level. I'm like, this was made, they're talking to me. This was made for me. and I still feel that way because right now, I like to think that when I use the word love, I'm using it for everybody. And then I'll watch the news. And I really meant to turn on the weather. And then there's the news. And then there's things going on that are not in alignment with I know who I am. And so, yeah, something comes up for me, a judgment about somebody murdering somebody, about that person who pulled the trigger, about the abandonment of law when it comes to letting somebody get away with stuff. And how do I include everyone in that one divine unity? When I feel like they don't belong, they should turn in their human card, their spirit card or something. Like how to me, yeah, that's a challenge. When I see injustice, when I see that kind of harm, it's like kind of hard to see the divine presence for me, to see the divine presence. And the spiritual practice for me is about, I don't want to think that or feel that or believe that anybody is less than human or is not spiritual, not made by spirit, not a creation of the divine. So the thinking has not to do with who they are, has to do with what I think and what I believe and what I know. And the spiritual practice at first is to be still. It's not even meditate. It's like I don't want to think about anything. I'm not even trying to meditate. I just need to be still and just allow whatever thoughts I have about the situation and about myself thinking about the situation to let it go. I'm like, you know what? Right now in this moment, no matter what happens, I'm the only one feeling it. And so who am I? What do I choose to feel in the moment? And that brings me back to oneness. That brings me back to the infinite possibility that, and it's not so infinite. It's not such. It's an infinite, definite thing that this too shall pass. That whatever happened, there's a higher calling for everyone involved. That's helps me get back to the oneness. That things aren't happening necessarily perfectly like I think they should. However, as long as I can stay rooted in the belief that we're all one and no one is exempt from living a higher, better life. Anyway, that's what comes up for me.
So what comes to me is you started, I'm not sure if it was through as we started or before coming alive. You said everything is an opportunity.
Mm.
And when I see things that are in my mind that I just judge them as not of God or as God, then that is my opportunity to remember the oneness.
Mm.
And so we are often must be reminded that there's only oneness, regardless of what it looks like. What I have learned in my journey is that in spirit, there's no good or bad.
Mm.
Our humanity, we live in this polarity, call us to judge and call things bad or good. Yet I'm becoming more and more and more able to see that they're not so good things also have a purpose. And a lot of times to remind us, because it's still something in us that pushes us to be still
Mm-hmm.
and to remember that regardless of what that person or thing or whatever situation, what is the good in it? What is my benefit that I'm looking as I'm looking at it, as I'm paying my attention to it, what is it telling me? And I know that this might, to some of you that I might be watching, might be saying, "Oh, but don't you hear? Whatever stories goes into your mind, because there's a lot of stories that go into our minds, depending on what color the skin, what language we speak, our culture, and so many things. That sometimes I think that they're all good, but instead of uniting us, it is separate us.
Mm.
And the idea is not to be separated. The idea is to come as one, because no matter how different we look or may seem or we sound, we are one. Our difference is what makes it fun. It's what makes it interesting. It's what makes it enjoyable. It's what makes it adventurous. And yes, there are things that are horrible. I'm not gonna deny it. So I think that it's about being sitting. It's not about saying that it's good or bad, but sitting with it and acknowledging our human part, what it's doing, and bringing it back to center where our oneness is. So that's what comes to me.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Um, and I'm grateful, that you are open to allow spirit to express as you, because it really is about being real. We can't just act like things aren't happening. Um, we have to acknowledge them within ourselves or what we see outside of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like you said, it still doesn't mean it still doesn't mean that we're not one. We are, but that illusion of separation is what gets in the way, and that's what ancestral wisdom is about. There was a time when we acknowledged nature, and we could see the oneness of everything around us, and that include
Mm-hmm.
people as well. And,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very easy to get away from that when we have constructions, buildings, and metal and glass and whatever, concrete and things that seem that physically separate us, but it doesn't mean we're separated uh, on a conscious level. And that's where the teaching needs to bring us back to conscious awareness of our oneness, even though we seem to be apart physically.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's go into the next quote. Oh, okay. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
It says, our belief sets the limit to our demonstration of a principle, which of itself is without limit. It is ready to fill everything because it is infinite. That's from Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind textbook. Well, actually, it's The Science of Mind, A Philosophy, a Faith, a Way of Life by Jeremy Tarcher. So it's about Science of Mind in Ernest Holmes. Um, so, yeah, this is like one of the main tenets of our philosophy. You know, we say change your thinking, change your life, and so our belief sets the limit. You know, this whole year, our theme is open at the top. You know, we have each and every one of us will have a belief about where the top is. How high is your top? Your top may be higher or lower than somebody else's. So that's why things show up differently for different people based on our belief. You know, the limit to our belief shows up. It's the demonstration of the principle of the law that has no limit. So we're the ones that limit our use of the law because it's ready all the time. You know, so I love that. So it says here, what beliefs about yourself or your life might be acting as invisible boundaries to the infinite's desire to express fully through you. That's interesting. Well, for me, a lot of the beliefs I have were formulated at a very young age, and I'm still working on uncovering those hidden beliefs. I mean, the actual belief might be hidden, but what's not hidden is how it shows up in my life. So how do I know what that hidden belief is? Take a look at my life and see if if I've created boundaries. I don't even know where they came from, but I've created them. Even though spirit's like, you can have it all, and I'm like, my concept of all might be this much. They say go to the ocean with a thimble or a bucket. Either way, you're gonna get what you're able to comprehend. Like you can only put so much in a thimble, a bucket, oh, that's bigger. So anyway, would you like to share on that, Ellen?
Yeah. This month we're speaking about ancestral wisdom. And before I found out that this month was about ancestral wisdom, I started working. I started processing ancestral trauma. And what does that look like in my life? And what I've learned is that a lot of times we have belief systems that might not be ours, but we are carrying it from our ancestors. So it is important I think that what's important is about acknowledging. And as we acknowledge, then we are able to release it for ourselves and for our ancestors and for our future generations. And that has been my lately my work be entering into this new year. And when I saw that we were into ancestral wisdom, I was just like, wow, that's amazing. I was just like, wow, without even knowing, I'm in alignment of what I'm here to do this year, right? And so what I want to invite all of you who are watching us, and we didn't say this before, but we would love for you to chat with us and type in your questions, your ideas or concerns, or if you have any comments about the topic that we're speaking, please feel free to type it in, and we'll be more than happy to bring it in and talk about it as well, or even
Mhm.
answer it later on. So let's stay engaged. So as I was saying, I think that it's very important for us to really release those belief systems. And just by looking at my life, I can see what those belief has been, or what belief have been carrying. So by me doing this work, by me processing it and releasing it, now I'm opening the channel so things can start flowing with ease and grace. It has come to me. So I invite you to do that as well. I invite you to look at what beliefs you have, and what are they serving you, or are they blocking your good? That's the question. Are your beliefs serving you or blocking your good? And it's very simple to look at it, because if you look at your life and your life is not what you in your heart know that you're here to live, it's easy. You're gonna know that you're not in alignment with what your being is asking you to show up as.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that is so true. And I don't care what kind of teaching anybody is in, before we can move forward, we have to look at not only where we are, but we can look back to see where we've come from. And sometimes we have to look back in order to find out where, like you mentioned, where did this stuff come from? That's why it's so important. Things like don't go to sleep with the TV on or the radio, because then we have no filters and stuff just comes pouring in, and there's nothing to stop it. And we because it's in our thoughts, we take ownership of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Mm-hmm.
happens is it may not be ours, but we've
Yep.
adopted it. And
Yep.
and because we adopted it, then we want to care for it and act like it's mine and defend it. But no, wait a minute. If we know where it came from, then we can use and it doesn't have to be called judgment. It could be called discernment. We can
That's right.
decide, hey, is this really for me?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I think that way? Why do I believe that way? And do I have to own it? Like I can never let it go. So thank you so much. This is what we have to look at. That's why we have, we want to continue to offer classes and workshops and go to conventions and conferences, so we can be, as we talk about, being open at the top. Even if it's a little bit, start with a little opening, just crack it a little bit. Crack that top just a little bit. You shake up a bottle and you twist it open and stuff comes shooting out. Yeah, we can do that with ourselves. And you can't put it back in once it's out. Let it open. I think there's some fresh air. So let's do another quote.
So this
And
one, it says, Robin Wokimedet. It says, the land is the teacher. All we need as students is mindfulness. Paying attention is a form of reciprocity. I'm sorry. With the living world, receiving the gifts with open eyes and open heart.
mhm.
And the reflection question is, what is the natural world around you trying to teach you right now? And how might you practice deeper attention as a spiritual act of reciprocity?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It was, I believe it was yesterday. Uh, I'm out here in St. Croix, the Virgin Islands, working on the land, working on the farm, and uh, with my family, we bought a shed. Got a cousin helping me put this together. I'm helping him. He knows what to do. And he left. And so I'm putting some stuff together. I'm putting a door together. And this bee came to me and started buzzing around me and wouldn't let me go. He's in my face, is on landing on me and everything. I'm like, what is going on? You know, and I'm walking away, it's still with me. And I go to the car, I get some bug spray, and then it finally goes. I go back to the door, I hook it up and everything, and it's ready to go onto the shed. My cousin comes back. First thing he says is, that's not right. You didn't put it together right. The very first thought I had was that bee was trying to tell me that's not right. You know, you have to trust the things that come in. You know, I wasn't looking for an answer or anything. The first thought that came up was that bee was trying to whisper in my ear, that's not right. And I shoot it away. I wasn't listening to nature. Yes, it's that simple. I am 100% positive that that was a lesson from the natural world. The bee was trying to teach me mindfulness, pay attention, look at the book, look at the instructions. But that was, you know, I'm glad that I did finally get the lesson, the reciprocity. It's like, I am of this world, the bee is of the world. We're you know, we can work together. Like, I wasn't trying to attack it, smack it away. I was saying, I did say, oh, ancestor, what are you trying to tell me? I'm like, okay, I don't know. And I just kept doing what I was doing. I was not open-minded. I was not being mindful of that infinite possibility that this bee is really teaching me a lesson here. Just to stop and look at what I be mindful. Anyway, so that's what comes up for me.
Yeah. I love nature because it's been I think it's been like 20 years now, about 20 years, close to 20 years, that I remember the first time that I started listening to nature, to really listening. You know, I always felt connected with nature and aligned with it, felt its energy, but to really listen to its message is another level. And I am grateful for it because I've learned so much from nature. I've learned to be still and learn that when I'm still, I can find answers to whatever situation or conditions I'm going through. I can find answers to challenges. And stillness is a powerful thing. And when we are in the world, a lot of times we're so busy. They tell us that when we're busy, it's good. But I've learned that being busy all the time is not true, that it's good. It's not true. It's a lie. It actually keeps us distracted and disaligned from what we are here to be and what are we here to show up as.
Mhm.
And so it is important to detach ourselves from the world and align ourselves with nature.
Mhm.
That's what has come to me. And so Nature's, I live like 10 minutes away from the beach. For me, the beach is my sacred space. I can find
Yeah,
answers
and
there.
it's very easy, or it's easier when we do live in such close proximity to nature in this way. When we live in the busy, crowded cities, a lot of times it doesn't feel like there's anything natural. Everything looks man-made. The cement, you got fake trees and bushes, and everything is a construction of yes, we have taken materials from the land and put them together in a way that doesn't resemble the land, and it can be very frustrating and easy to not connect with nature in that way. Yeah, we have to go to a park, or and sometimes parks aren't that close, and sometimes you go to a park and there are people smoking and drinking, and it doesn't feel like a desirable place to be. Uh, so it is now it is possible to like I've done it as a practice, to be in a busy place and meditate. It takes practice, but I know that I get the same benefit if I'm outdoors in a forest or a field, or if I'm in Midtown Manhattan. I can still practice to go within. Um, and the important word, as you mentioned, it is practice. Because somebody might go to the beach, with a mind full and a heart full of of hurt, and not take advantage of the opportunity of the real living world and the gifts that it has. I could have smacked that bee away, and I'm grateful that I didn't, because it probably would have called the rest of the family, and then I really would have a lesson. So,
Can I say something else?
so please.
I think, thank you so much, Reverend Rodney, for bringing that out, because it definitely being in the city, and have lived in the city for many years as well. It takes a commitment to say, you know what, I know that in order for me to be full, to fool myself, to be in alignment with who I am, I must go to this place. And what can I do at home to create a sacred space that soothes me, that takes care of me? And so those are things that we can find all the excuses. Yes, it's true. I have the beach 10 minutes from here. Yes, it's true. It might be living in the mountains and I could just go outside and be around trees. Yes, all that is true. But it's also true that I could be in the city where natural things is harder to find. But if you find a tree, you might hug that tree. Even if it's one tree, you can go and hug the tree. It doesn't matter what other people think of you, but if you know that that's what's going to feed your soul, because trees are so full of wisdom and so full of energy, it's the same energy that is within you. It's just that you're looking at it. So what you're looking at is inside of you as well. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I do say this, because I don't, no matter where you are in the world, no matter your situation, know that you have the power to create that in your own space. You can bring a plant, buy a plant, or get a plant and nurture that plant, water that plant. And as you water that plant, believe that you watering yourself.
Yes.
Okay. So make that plant a symbol of you. And that's a practice right there. Is a practice. You don't have to sit still and on a corner or meditate. By you watering this plant every single day and being present, 100% present, watering this plant, I promise you that is a practice.
Hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. And that is important because that's called infinite possibilities.
Okay.
We're open to different ways that may be beyond the way we can conceive of by ourselves. So
Exactly.
out there, if that probably answered somebody's question. Yeah, I have no doubt. Yeah, they're like, and it doesn't have to be a big anything big. You can go out and put something in a little pot and nurture that little thing and watch it grow.
Yeah.
And as it grows, you grow. As you grow, it
Right.
grows. Yes, yes, absolutely. So we have a couple of quotes we're gonna bring up very quickly and go over them. It says the measure of our compassion lies less in our service of those on the margins and more in our willingness to see ourselves in kinship with them. Gregory Boyle barking to the choir. And I think that's interesting because sometimes we want to do, and see people still as separate. Oh, that poor person. Oh, but for the grace of God go I. But we don't see ourselves in kinship with oneness with them, which doesn't mean that if there's somebody hungry on the street, I have to go sit with them and be hungry on the street. But it's the compassion which is going to call us into being, into doing, not out of pity, not out of sympathy. No, it's because we recognize the oneness. Yeah. Did you want to speak to that?
I just want to add to what you said out of guilt, not out of guilt,
Right.
but yeah, just I think that what has come to me is someone a long time, because I remember when we used to see homeless on the street, I used to feel bad about them, so that's kind of like feeling guilty because I'm
Mhm.
living a different lifestyle than I do. But the reality is that they are their own universe as well.
Mhm.
They have, I'm not here to judge or to say this, but each one of us is living our what our beliefs are. Each one of us is experiencing what our beliefs are. Our life, we just have to look at our lives, and our life will tell us what our belief system is. So then when I started putting that in my mind, I say, you know what can I do for them as I do for myself? And what I can do is see them as wholeness, regardless of what they look like, what the situation looks like. I
Mhm.
see them as whole because in spirit, they're untouchable. In spirit, they're as me. In human form, their situation might look different than mine. But in spirit, we are all one and we are all good.
So true. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right. We have one more, or actually, we have two more. I'll read this. It says, our elders taught that the relationship between plants and humans must be one of balance. People can take too much and exceed the capacity of the plants to share again. That's the voice of hard experience that resonates in the teachings of never take more than half. And yet, they also teach that we can take too little. If we allow traditions to die, relationships to fade, the land will suffer. And that's Robin Wall Kimmerer, Braiding Sweetgrass, page 166. You want to make a comment on that?
You go ahead.
That's, it's interesting because we had kind of already spoke about this, about our relationship with nature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because this past time that I've been here in the Caribbean, we had somebody with a herd of goats on our property because we had space for him to keep his goats, and he allowed the goats to take more grass than they needed to take, and they ate all the grass in their area. And so they took so much that now no grass is going to grow in that area. And, sometimes I thought about that. Even today, we saw somebody else's sheep in the road that they overgrazed their area and then went looking for grass someplace else, and they could have got hurt crossing the road. And so it reminds me of how often we can exceed our relationship with maybe people, things, and not leave enough for a flow. Like you have to rotate crops, so that you don't take too much from one area and then there's nothing left. And then when you go to the next area, you take all of that too, and there's no flow, there's no resonance, there's no use of energy. So you don't take more than half, but take what's necessary, because you don't want the grass to grow so high, and I think it's the same with ourselves, about the relationship being in balance with one another.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it doesn't have to be 50-50, however, there needs to be an exchange, enough to flow, and where it doesn't feel like somebody's trying to take it all. And then I know for myself, I want to put up a barrier. That's going to stop the flow. You can't have it all. Now, I think what also happens is thinking or believing that someone might take it all. And so I put up a barrier before anything even happens. So I have to trust that there is a relationship that allows for a flow. So anything you want to share?
Yeah, I think that what comes to me is the law of circulation.
Mm-hmm.
The law of circulation says that there's a elf of giving and receiving. There's this cycle of giving and receiving. And as you continue to give and receive, it continues to expand. And so
Mm-hmm.
when we stop that flow, then that's when we see, or we might think that someone might have more than others, or we think that if we close the gate, then no one can have it and I can have it all. That is believing in limitation and lack. Where in the universal law, there's no limitation, there's no lack, there's always more.
Yeah.
There's always more. And so it goes back to our thinking. What are we thinking? Are we thinking there's lack? Are we thinking there's limitation? And so if we come from that space of lack and limitation, yes, we will be having these thoughts. Yes, we will be taking these actions. And yes, we will be stopping the flow.
Mm. Yeah. And so, and I think at any and all times, we have to be mindful of that. We have to be mindful of how is our energy flowing? Be cognizant that it's not just wasteful use of energy, purposeful, for those infinite possibilities to really take hold. It's important. So I have one more question, or one more quick topic, and this is, of course, for everybody, as all of these are. And let me just bring it up. Could you read that?
Yeah, it says, how is the universe conspiring for the highest good of all right now? I think that's a very good question for everyone to take and contemplate.
Yeah.
And come back and give us the answer.
That's right. Perfect. Whenever whoever's watching this, whenever you watch it, send us what your answer is, what your belief is, what your thought about it, or what your question is about it. Let us know. So definitely want to do that. So at this point, we're going to do our affirmations, because we want to bring home the point deep from within. And so please I invite you to take in a breath, as we always do, and recite the affirmation. It says, I co-create powerfully for the good of all. Let's do that again. Taking a breath. I co-create powerfully for the good of
of
all. And the next one.
the next one said, it is so that I honor ancestral wisdom and new thoughts as living guides for collective harmony and justice for the good of all. Take a deep breath. It is so that I honor ancestral wisdom and new thought as living guides for collective harmony and justice for the good of all.
Oops. This one came up so small. I'll read it. It says, it is so that I act from oneness, trusting that infinite possibilities unfold when love leads the way. Let's take a breath. Let's do it again. It is so that I act from oneness, trusting that infinite possibilities unfold when love leads the way. And so it is, and now it is. Thank you, thank you. So I will lead us in our grounding treatment and invite Ellen to come back in just a moment. Okay. And so right here, right now, is always the opportunity. Now is always the opportunity to come from that place within. I invite each one to close your eyes or be still, even if your eyes are open, to be still and allow for the words to percolate and stimulate and resonate within you. So I'm knowing there's only one power, one presence, one life. That life is the life of the Creator, the life of God, Allah, Buddha, or the Great Spirit, whatever word or phrase or name or idea or thought you have for oneness, for the Creator that has created everything out of itself. I am knowing that this ancestral wisdom is still new. This might be new thought, and it is new thought. However, the words may have changed over the years, over the centuries, the generations, the eons of time and space, that there is still the truth, still the spiritual truth as it shows up here on earth, that there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is whole and complete. That life is my life now, the life of each and every one here in the now. In the now, whenever each one hears this. And that it is, now is the order of the day. Now can only show the presence of oneness in the now. In the now shows the infinite possibilities of harmony, of life in all of life. Right now. Right now means there is no need for hurt or harm or hate. There is no space in reality for war or insurgency. There is no place because all there is one. It is the presence of the divine living its life through each and every ones of the one, in which each one here is of the one. So therefore, the I am is that which I am in everyone, everybody, everywhere. This is true when it comes to not only relationships, when it comes to an individual expression of health and well-being, that each one is made of the divine, of God. And therefore, knowing that God is the creator, all powerful, it cannot be hurt or harmed. It cannot be sick. And that is the true nature of each and every one. That each one is resilient and resounding health. mind, body, and spirit. And I give thanks for knowing this, knowing that the power to create, to co-create, to recreate is available in each and every one. That each one is mindful with their thoughts and beliefs and actions. I know this is true when it comes to finances, that each one says yes to the infinite abundance of the universe, which says yes. And each one gets to hold out their hand, or hold out their pocketbook, their wallet, open up their bank account to receive of the blessings that are continually flowing. I am knowing this is true for each and every one. I am knowing this and allow it to be the truth spoken into the law of divine right action. And each one gets to say yes to it, to know that yes, even my ancestors speak the word of abundance, of prosperity. Had to be, otherwise each one of us would not be. I give thanks for this word spoken into the law that is already making it so, already showing up, already manifesting in ways seen and unseen. And each one simply activates their greater understanding, their open at the top, their mindfulness to say, yes, I agree, I accept, and I allow for this good to flow right here and right now. And I affirm it by saying, and so it is, and now it is. Yes. So at this point, that is absolutely what we do. We call it affirmative prayer. And we call it that because we are affirming the truth about any and all situations. So One Love Center, we are prayer professionals, ready, willing, and able to remind you that spirit is the power, charged and always already within you for your immediate use. Call on us. You can use us. Send us an email at onelovecenter.org. Your all prayer requests are kept in the strictest of confidence. And we do prayer treatment for a period of 7 days. At the end of 7 days, you can contact us and let us know, hey, my prayer was answered or it was not answered. And so we will continue to pray. We believe in push, pray until something happens. So you can email us at onelovecenter.org, leave a voicemail message at 646-685-3344. Or you can use the World Ministry of Prayer, Centers for Spiritual Living. One prayer at csl.org is their email. Or you can call them at 424-235-4326. So you can always contact us on our by email or go to our website for more information about things. So this is our time about abundance, affirmation of abundance. We are grateful for your donations. We are grateful for all who have given over these 13 years or more, actually. And there are different ways to give. You can go to our website, go to donate. You can use PayPal. You can use your own banking information. You can use the Cash Me app, which is $OneLoveCSL. We're going to go into our affirmation of abundance. And please recite with me that, and I love how Ellen does it. Come on, Ellen. She always says, yes, see, she has her hand over her heart. She knows how this energy flows. It says, together, money as one of many gifts of spirit is good. As I share my offerings, I know that I am actively creating a space to receive more gift, more money, and more good. And I am grateful for the ability to give and for the good work these gifts do in our center and in our world. And now it is. Thank you so much. Now, we do have some announcements. And if you just give me a moment, I'm sure I'll find them. We'll do the best we can with this. First and foremost, you may be able to tell that we could use tech assistance. Uh, I'm handling that today. It's We are requesting a member for technical assistance in managing our broadcast. You can call us again at that same number, 646-685-3344, or email us at onelovecenter.org to be of service. Bless you and thank you. I'm going to have Ellen speak to this because she knows something about this. And yes, it's return.
So yes, we have a retreat, return. Oh, you took it off. Okay, return to radiance flow. It's a getaway in retreat to Puerto Vallarta. You can come, right? That's what it is.
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to join me on this destination retreat in Puerto Vallarta, and you can go to that link that is showing there. I have videos on my social media that you can find out more about it. So just follow me, get the information so you can come to this retreat. I invite you to renew, to recharge, and continue to evolve so you can really live the life that you are here to live.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to put that here in the comments so folks can have that.
We also have, since I'm still here, we also have a convention of Las Americas that is coming up in July 21st to the 26th. So save the date for those dates in Puerto Vallarta, in Mexico. That will be in Chapala, Mexico. And we do this convention every year. And you're welcome to come, even if you have never been in one convention. This is a place to be. This is a place to come and commune with lots of people, a lot of fun, dancing, eating. It's a lot. It's not just learning, but it's just the camaraderie of being around so many leaders that you can get in one place. Reverend Rodney is going to be celebrating his ordination there at the convention. Lita will be celebrating her becoming a practitioner. So come and join us and celebrate and be part of us. And so make sure that you save those days, July 21st to the 25th, and you can send me an email at codaslasamericas@gmail.com. And we have a payment plan that you can start setting up together so you make sure that you don't miss this opportunity to commune with us.
And it's also a great opportunity to be out in nature. There's this harmony with so much there. I've been there twice already, and it's great. Got to celebrate my birthday there last year.
Yes.
And we'll do so again this year. But it's a great big lake. There's plenty of open space. There's mountains. There's just, and you really feel one with folks, So you definitely want to check that out. I'm going to put that information also in the comments for those who didn't get that email address. And there's a few more things coming up. There's the Center for Spiritual Living Convention in Reno, Nevada. That's coming up. And there's also the People of African Descent New Thought Convention in Unity Village, and it's going to be in August. So there's a lot. You can just look all this stuff up. If you have questions, send us an email or a phone message, and we'll give you everything you need. Okay. So, any final comments?
Stay open at the top.
Oh, I think that's it. That's it. We're going to do our closing prayer together. And you want to start? I'll finish it.
Sure. So let's take a deep breath as we have taken this celebration. And I know that we said a lot, and I am knowing that you have received the spiritual nutrition that you were seeking to have. And what I am knowing is that this celebration today is touching many lives, many hearts, many people, wherever they are, whether it's mentally, physically, or emotionally, no matter where they are. I know that it's doing something great in our world. I give thanks for us coming together. I give thanks for technology for supporting us as we continue to do this ministry. I am grateful for Reverend Rodney, for his consistency, for his commitment, for this ministry of love, of pure love, for real, pure love. We come from love, and love really grows here. It really does. And so I invite you to continue to be in this journey, continue to go with them and ask the questions and reach out to us. We are here to support you, to be with you, to walk with you. But we can only do it when you reach out to us. And so I give thanks for all this and so much more. And I pass the light.
And I give thanks knowing that each one of us is of the one. And I know that I am one with each and every one. And I give thanks for Ellen for being present and just so wonderfully open as well and mindful about being the love. I know this for Lita Perez, our other practitioner. I know this for each and every one who watches us, who listens, who shares this message with others, because there is only love. That's it. Regardless of what is heard in the media, there is only one, and it is only love. It's our job to not be distracted or dissuaded or dismayed or disillusioned from the truth. There's only one, and that one is love. So as we go throughout our day, throughout our week, everything that is encountered on the outside that comes to us is an opportunity as a prayer request, as love. And it's very simple. I know love. I see love. I am love. I respond to love. And we let love be our guide. We let love be the answer to any question. And I give thanks for knowing that it works. Infinite truth, that God is all there is. It works its love in, through, and as all of its creations. Even humans who seem to be unaware of the truth. It works for them as well. That each one gets to wake up to the truth from the inside out. And for this and so much more, I give thanks for knowing this is true in now and every now moment. I affirm it by saying, and so it is, and now it is.
And so it is.
Peace and blessings, beloved. We're going to close with our other version of the song. And as soon as it shows up, oh, you know what? We're going to close with what we used to open with, because we all have a choice. And let's choose wisely with ancestral wisdom, choosing heaven.
I am walking the road
Choosing heaven. How is the universe conspiring for the good of all? We get to make a choice. Let's choose heavenly choices. Peace, love, joy, wisdom, compassion, all the good. Let's talk about it. Send us an email, send us a message. Let us know what you're choosing. And peace and blessings. We'll see you again next week. Thank you, Ellen.
Yes.